All right, we're joined by head coach Dan Stratford here this morning. Coach, we've got a big matchup with Akron ahead of us on Wednesday. It's kind of that weird point in the season where we've played everyone, one team twice, but we have yet to play Akron. What do you expect to see from that team on Wednesday?
A lot of what we associate with them, really, they're always a football inside. They're always a team that likes to keep possession and play an expansive style, not too dissimilar to part of the test we had against Marshall. So I've seen enough of them over the last 8 years or so now, between my time as an assistant when we first joined the MAC, and then actually played them a couple of times when I was with the University of Charleston as well. So I know Jared and the staff fairly well, and I'm familiar with the successes they've had and the tradition they obviously have at Akron. So we're expecting a quality contest against a quality team, and as you said, yet to play them. So looking forward to the first time out against Akron and seeing how we fare.
Another unexpected kind of week off this week. What has been the focus in practice we had kind of gotten in that mindset of that Wednesday, Sunday schedule, and now we're kind of fortunate, I guess, to get a week off between games. What's been the focus in practice this week?
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, obviously reiterating to the guys now that, there's been a lot of things that we've seen in these first 7 games where we like the way we're trending and we like the improvements that we're seeing in our performances, and we're built up now for this last burst and this last gauntlet of 4 games and 3 in a row that are away from home. It's just 2 weeks left, and that's kind of the message now. And from a training perspective, it's making sure they're really professional, and that when we ask them to be really switched on to what we're trying to do tactically, and elements of the practice that are really focused on our continued improvement or preparation for an opponent. That they're really focused and really professional in those elements of the training sessions. And then at other times, because we have a bit more time, allowing them to get what they need from the practice, whether it be a little more enjoyment and some fun games, or some finishing exercises, or different things of that nature. We've tried to mix it up a little bit because we have had this extra time. So there's been a good balance, quite honestly, to the schedule. I think we're always disappointed to miss out on opportunities to play, given how long it had been. But at the same time, we've had that experience of playing Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, and then all of a sudden we got that break in between, and then another one. And I think that realistically the squad is primed and ready for this stretch now, where we play 4 games in 2 weeks, knock on wood, to finish out the season. I think that the crazy part is exactly that we're this close to the finish line now. And that although we're only 7 games in, we're well past halfway here, and really feel like we're entering the final stretch of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that we're almost to the end here. Obviously, the new format in the MAC this year, where we're playing everybody twice, kind of how things are going to pan out here. We may not get the chance to play Akron again. So how much bigger do you think that makes the game on Wednesday, that we're going to maybe play everybody else twice, but maybe not Akron?
Yeah, it's going to make a huge difference. Obviously, they were picked to be the winner of the conference. They've had a couple of issues themselves with COVID recently, and that's kind of interrupted their season. Obviously, difficult results against NIU in both games, and most recently this Sunday. So this is a huge game for them, and it's not often that you look at this fixture and think to yourselves, we have an opportunity here to kind of leave them in the rearview mirror. It's time for us to be incredibly ruthless, to be really, really clinical and execute on Wednesday, and know that we come out of that game with 3 points and the right side of the result. Mathematically speaking, I think that kind of puts Akron to bed. I don't think they're in a position at that point to win the conference. So it's a huge game for them. It's a must-win game for them, but they're all going to be that way. If you look at the way the conference standings are, I think all but one team still have an opportunity to win out and to win the conference. So if you like, our national tournament starts tomorrow, because every game feels like it's a potential elimination game for you. So listen, the team has given themselves a platform with the results we've had and the success we've had in those first 7 games to play in pressure games. That's what happens. Good teams get to play in games that count and mean something, and have implications to standings and winning conferences and making national tournaments. So we shouldn't feel the pressure. We should embrace it, and hopefully, you know, the guys are up for that challenge this Wednesday and continue that momentum through the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of looking ahead a little bit to Northern Illinois on Sunday. We are kind of back to that Wednesday, Sunday thing. This is a team that you've seen that we've met before, kind of open the conference season with them. What do you expect to see from them on Sunday?
I think similar to us, they've improved. I think upon reflection now that we're further along in the season, perhaps we didn't appreciate how important and how good of a win that was with what our second game of the year. So I feel as though their results, quite honestly, don't reflect the quality of team that they have. So in a sense, that's the bad news, because perhaps their strength of schedule or RPI isn't as high as it should be. But that's a very good team, and a team that was very much deserving of the win against Akron on Sunday, and similar to what we face on Wednesday or tomorrow with Akron. When we go to NIU, they have everything to play for. They will need to win out to win the conference themselves, and they've obviously given themselves an opportunity to do that with 2 wins against Akron. So it's another game where it's a must win for both teams, and again a ton to play for. So expecting a difficult contest, expecting a game that a team that will have a lot of confidence because of their recent results, and then obviously a difficult place to go and play, a long travel, you know, a long bus ride for us, and again back-to-back away games as well to compound the issue. So we'll have to be mentally very, very strong and very resilient for that game.